Did you know that your brain can function as your very own personal trainer? Yes, you heard it right. You see, nestled in the front of your brain is an area known as the prefrontal cortex. This isn't just any part of your brain, it's the control center for decision-making and goal-oriented behavior. Imagine it as the CEO of your brain, directing all your actions based on your goals. When you set a goal, it's your prefrontal cortex that kicks into gear, making sure you stay motivated and focused on achieving it. It's essentially your brain's way of saying, hey, we've got a mission here, let's get to it. Understanding this part of the brain and its role in motivation is key. When we comprehend how our brain works to motivate us, we can better harness its power, shaping our actions and reactions in ways that help us achieve our goals. So, the next time you find it hard to get off the couch, remember that your brain has the capacity to push you to achieve your goals. Now let's dive into the science of discipline. It's not just about willpower, it's about wiring. You see, the brain is not a static structure, it's a dynamic entity constantly changing and adapting. This ability of the brain to change and adapt is what we call neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's incredible ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. It's the process that allows the neurons in the brain to compensate for injury and disease, and to adjust their activities in response to new situations or to changes in their environment. Now you might be wondering, what does neuroplasticity have to do with discipline? Well, a lot, actually. When we repeatedly perform an action, the neural pathways that control that action become stronger. Each time you practice a new piano piece, for instance, the connections between the neurons involved in playing that piece become stronger. This is why, after a while, you can play that piece without thinking too much about it. Your brain has wired itself to perform the action effortlessly. The same principle applies to discipline. When you repeatedly engage in disciplined behaviors such as waking up early, exercising regularly, or studying consistently, your brain strengthens the neural pathways that control these behaviors. Over time, these behaviors become easier to maintain. It's no longer a struggle, it's just something you do, almost automatically. But here's the catch. This process doesn't happen overnight. It requires time and, most importantly, consistency. Consistency is key in developing discipline. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up, day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. It's about training your brain to follow through on your intentions, no matter what. So next time you struggle with discipline, remember this. You're not just fighting against laziness or procrastination. You're rewiring your brain. You're harnessing the power of neuroplasticity to create new, stronger neural pathways. Remember, discipline is not a trait, it's a habit, and like any habit, it can be cultivated and strengthened. Motivation and discipline are two sides of the same coin. They work best when they work together. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to accomplish so much while others struggle to get things done? The secret lies in the interplay of motivation and discipline. Motivation is the spark that ignites the fire. It's that initial burst of energy that propels you to start a task. Whether it's the thrill of learning something new, the satisfaction of solving a problem, or the desire to achieve a particular goal, motivation is what gets you going. Yet motivation alone is not enough. It's like a car with a full tank of gas but no steering wheel. You can go fast, sure, but where are you heading? That's where discipline comes into play. Discipline is the steering wheel. It guides your energy in the right direction. It's the force that keeps you on track when the initial excitement fades away. When motivation wanes, and it will, discipline is what ensures you stay the course and finish what you've started. So, how do these two interact? Think of motivation and discipline as partners in a dance. Motivation leads, providing the initial momentum. Discipline follows, maintaining the rhythm and ensuring the dance doesn't falter. One without the other can lead to a clumsy performance. But together, they create a beautiful, fluid movement towards your goal. The key here is balance. Too much motivation with little discipline can lead to burnout, as you take on too much too fast without a clear path. On the other hand, too much discipline with little motivation can feel like a chore, making it hard to sustain the effort over time. Just like a bird needs both wings to fly, you need both motivation and discipline to soar to great heights in any endeavor. Use motivation to initiate action and discipline to sustain it. Together they form a powerful duo that can help you conquer even the most challenging tasks. It's not enough to be motivated, one must be disciplined. And it's not enough to be disciplined, one must be motivated. Alright, now that we understand the science behind motivation and discipline, how can we use this knowledge to our advantage? The first tip is setting clear goals. When you have a clear goal, your brain can focus its energy on achieving that goal. It's like giving your brain a roadmap. You wouldn't embark on a cross-country road trip without a map or GPS, would you? Similarly, set clear, specific, and realistic goals for yourself and watch your motivation soar. Secondly, break tasks into manageable chunks. Our brains are wired to feel satisfaction when we complete tasks. By breaking down a big task into smaller, manageable parts, you're giving your brain multiple opportunities to feel that satisfaction. Each time you tick off a part of the task, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good hormone, which in turn motivates you to keep going. Now, on to rewards. Rewarding oneself for achievements is a powerful motivator. It's not about indulging in extravagance, but about acknowledging the hard work you've put in. It could be something as simple as enjoying your favorite cup of coffee after completing a task or taking a short walk in the park. These rewards act as a positive reinforcement, encouraging you to repeat the behavior. Maintaining a positive mindset is another crucial aspect. Our brains are susceptible to negativity bias, meaning we tend to focus more on the negatives than the positives. Counteract this by consciously focusing on the positive aspects of your work. Celebrate small wins, maintain a gratitude journal, or practice positive affirmations. This shifts your brain's focus from obstacles to opportunities, boosting motivation. Lastly, let's talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you can identify any negative thought patterns that may be hindering your motivation or discipline. Once identified, you can work on replacing these negative thoughts with positive ones. Remember, discipline is not about punishing yourself for not achieving a goal or completing a task. It's about setting up systems and habits that support your goals and aspirations. It's about consistency and perseverance. When you combine motivation and discipline, you create a powerful duo that can help you conquer any task, big or small. And there you have it. 5 practical tips for enhancing motivation and discipline: setting clear goals, breaking tasks into manageable chunks, rewarding oneself for achievements, maintaining a positive mindset, and practicing mindfulness. Implement these strategies into your daily routine and watch your productivity skyrocket. With these practical tips, harnessing the power of your brain to enhance motivation and discipline becomes a more achievable task. To wrap up, motivation and discipline are key drivers of success. We've journeyed together through the fascinating terrain of the human brain, delving into the power of motivation and the science of discipline. Both of these forces are pivotal in shaping our lives, steering us towards our goals, and determining how we navigate the challenges we face. Motivation is that spark that ignites within us, pushing us to strive for our dreams and ambitions. It's the force that stirs us from a state of inertia and propels us into action. When we understand the neurochemical basis of motivation, how our brains release dopamine, the feel-good chemical, as a reward for our efforts, we can begin to harness this mechanism to our advantage. On the other hand, discipline is the steady, unwavering flame that keeps us on course even when the going gets tough. It's our internal compass, guiding us to persist, to keep pushing forward, even when our initial rush of motivation might wane. The science of discipline is rooted in the prefrontal cortex, the part of our brains responsible for self-control and decision-making. By understanding this, we can work on improving our discipline, making choices that align with our long-term goals rather than short-term gratification. The interplay between motivation and discipline is a dance of sorts, a delicate balance that can help us reach our full potential. When we manage to strike that balance, we set the stage for success in any endeavor we undertake. We've also explored practical tips for enhancing motivation and discipline, from setting clear, achievable goals to practicing mindfulness and prioritizing self-care. But remember, understanding the science is only half the battle. The real magic happens when we take this knowledge and apply it in our daily lives, when we consciously make decisions that fuel our motivation and reinforce our discipline. It's not always easy, but with persistence and patience, it's absolutely achievable. With the right understanding and approach, anyone can unlock their brain's potential for increased motivation and discipline. Remember, your brain is your best ally.